everyone, how are you doing? I'm Tesaks and today I've done a 99th devlog, and last week I created my first tool to help me with game development. Let's take a closer look. But first let me mention Gems Defenders. It's my match-free game with tower defense and RPG elements, because it's slowly getting there and I believe it's gonna be released soon. Link to the Steam page is in description. I will get to the game dev stuff in a second, but before that, let me mention this as well. I'm gonna talk about some future plans regarding this channel at the end of this video. There is timestamp, so make sure to check it before you go. Let's talk about games and tools now. So far, I've always been just fine with pixelated, Sprite and Unity, and maybe some other miscellaneous tools. That changed last week when we ran into one precarious issue: map making. I could make the 2D map in Unity just fine using sprite sheet and tile sets, and honestly it's what I'm gonna do anyway, but there is a twist to it. I need to export the created map into different applications, and ideally in some lightweight form that doesn't require transportation of the whole pictures. So some sort of IDs that could be stored somewhere outside of the game, and that's where I ran into some issues. Long story short, I ended up making my own tool for that. Let me show you around and explain how, and after that why. If you get bored by the technical talk about how, there is timestamp to the why section down below, so feel free to skip it. Basically, it's just a Unity project. I expect that quite a lot of viewers of this channel are familiar with Unity, but if you are not, this is the engine or workplace I'm using to create my games. And part of Unity is a handy tool called Tile Map Editor, in which I can do exactly that: create maps using tiles, which are small, reusable images that can be put together to create bigger pictures and maps. If you would like to hear more about tile maps and sprite sheets, let me know in the comments and I will make a video about it. So using this tool I can create maps like this one, which are then easily saved as so-called prefabs, basically a ready to go object that is just placed in the final game. That's nice and handy, but I need to store it in my own way so it can be transported easily. And that's where my solution comes in. All I have to do is to click on this button and run the application. And just like that, I get exported text file containing all the important information regarding the map. I am thinking about using dictionaries and turning the names of the tiles into IDs. If you know what I mean, great. If not, basically using numbers only. Anyway, let's talk about why. First reason is that I need just one place for prototyping and even production without creating mess in the game I'm currently working on. Basically, just so I'm able to do more quicker. Second reason, and this is the main reason, is that for the MMORPG project, we would like to implement dynamic map. This means to make the map represent activity of players and NPCs by changing the surrounding areas. On small scale, that would be development of new paths where players would walk regularly, disappearance of flowers and stuff like that, like the ambient objects if there is too much activity, and on the other hand, development of new shelters for NPCs and similar things. And of course, paths that wouldn't be walked would disappear over time and the surrounding areas get reclaimed by the nature again. And on bigger scale, transformation of zones with deforestation and stuff like that as well. And then of course the reverse option for that as well. But it doesn't mean just visual aspects, certain functions would need to be dynamic as well. But that's topic for another video, we are focusing on the map today. The main idea is that players would have real impact on the world and their actions would determine development or decline of areas in the world. But there are of course technical difficulties tied to this. Usually the map files are stored on the client application or the game that the player is running. We will have to kinda do the opposite. The map, or at least the most up-to-date version of the map, needs to be stored on the server and distributed to the players when they log in. And I think we as a team, because this project is luckily not a one-man job like all my other games, well, we figure out a way to do exactly that. I won't go into details of course, but I think you get a broad idea of what we are trying to achieve and how we are doing it. And of course, we need some tools that might not be available, so we need to make some of our own. But hey, that's basically what I did last week. Of course, I did plenty of other stuff as well, but these are not interesting enough to be put in video. So the truth about making games is, it's kinda boring most of the time, and there is not much to talk about or show from the process. But before I end this video, I would like to mention that I'll be hitting a massive milestone next week, and that's 100 devlogs. 2 years ago, I gave myself a set of challenges, and honestly I thought I will fail them all. But no, I delivered on most of them. Anyway, That will be topic of the next devlog, which is 100 special. What is not gonna be topic of the next devlog is channel update. With the new milestone of 100 devlogs, I think it's time to change form of it and generally think a bit about this channel, where I would like to steer it and what purpose does it serve. Because honestly at this moment I don't exactly know. So beside devlog next week there will be channel update video as well, and you can look forward to changes that should move this channel to a better place. Still, the main focus is my games, my game dev journey, game development in general, self-improvement, and tutorials and pixel art sprinkled around. But I have to think about it first and create some plan. Let me know in the comments if there are some topics regarding game dev you would like me to cover, or maybe just some questions in general. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Anyway, time to end this video, it's getting too long and I started rambling. So before you go, I would like to ask you to like this video, leave a comment and possibly subscribe to my channel as well. Anyway, there is loads of links to my games, Discord and other social media in the description, so please go and check that out as well, and I will catch you next time. See ya!